Bye.
G'day and welcome back to the 3CIR podcast. I'm Joel Slate Cairns, and yes, the nickname stuck longer than my first pair of parade boots. We're here to talk real growth, real careers, and how to translate hard-won experience into new opportunities.
And I'm Ryan Jury Delaney. If you're new, pull up a chair. If you've been along for the ride, you already know what we're about. Practical, no fluff chats that help you move forward. We're proudly Australian, proudly veteran founded, and very proudly in your corner.
That's right. 3CIR was built by mates who wore the uniform and then built an education pathway that actually respects where you've been. Everything we do is driven by those 5 big tenets we live by: courage, commitment, camaraderie, integrity, and respect. Not wallpaper words, our operating manual.
It's also why we speak the language of veterans, emergency services, and every civilian who's done the work and wants recognition. Because whether you've led a team on deployment, run an incident in the middle of the night, or kept a small business alive through chaos, your skills count. Today we're unpacking recognition of prior learning RPL and why it's the career accelerator so many Aussies are using.
Think of it as translating your experience into a nationally recognized qualification without slouching through lectures you don't need. Instead of starting from scratch, you get assessed on what you already know and can do. No shortcuts, proper quality under Australia's VAT system, just a smarter path.
And quick heads up, we'll open a couple of loops for you. In a bit, we're going to run through the exact steps of the RPL process, the common evidence people forget to include. Seriously, this saves weeks, and the way veterans and emergency services can use their background to jump straight into leadership and project management calls. Also, stay to the end. We've got a fun teaser for next week's deep dive that ties a bow on cost, speed, confidence, and employer recognition. Right now, let's get into the bones of RPL.
What is recognition of prior learning? In Australia's Vocational Education and Training System, VET for short, RPL is an assessment pathway run by registered training organisations. Those RTOs operate under the Australian Skills Quality Authority, ASQA, which means same standards, same rigour as if you were doing the full course. No two-tier system. If you earn it through RPL, it carries the exact same weight.
That's the part a lot of people don't realise. A diploma of leadership and management earned via RPL is the same as one earned through traditional study. The difference is how you prove competency. Instead of assignments over 6 to 12 months, you provide an evidence portfolio, do interviews, maybe a skills demonstration, and sometimes a workplace observation. It's show me, not tell me.
It's also humane. It says, hey, your life and work count. Whether you picked up those skills in defence on the factory floor, building a business, or running footy club logistics on weekends, it all counts if it maps to the competency standards in the Australian Qualifications framework.
Let's talk power. Why does RPL matter for career growth? Because the job market's competitive and credentials open doors. RPL converts your track record into a credential quickly, so you're not stuck waiting a year before you can throw your hat in the ring for that promotion.
Exactly. I had a mate from logistics. 15 years of moving people and kit across 3 continents. Bright, capable, but every time he went for a management role, the HR filter wanted a qualification. He did RPL through 3CIR, tightened up his portfolio, mapped his experience to a diploma, and bang, credential in hand within weeks. Next interview, he wasn't just experienced, he was qualified.
That right there is the difference between almost and done. And for those listening who have already got a heap of experience, RPL is not you asking for a favour. It's you stepping into the formal recognition you've already earned. If that's ringing bells for you, jump onto 3CIR's free RPL assessment form after this. We'll link it in the show notes, or just head to the 3CIR site and hit Start Your RPL Assessment.
Now there's this question: why choose RPL over traditional training pathways? Time, cost, and flexibility. Let's hit time first. With RPL, you're not relearning content you could deliver in your sleep. If you can demonstrate competency, you don't need a semester of classes to prove it. Most RPL assessments take around 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the complexity of the qualification and how organised your evidence is.
Cost is the second big win. RPL typically comes in at about 30 to 50% less than the equivalent full course. You're paying for assessment, not months of tuition. And then there's the opportunity cost. If you're off the tools or away from the desk to study, that's real money. RPL's efficiency keeps you in the game.
Flexibility is the clincher. Adult learners have jobs, families, and life. You can compile evidence after hours, record a quick video demonstration, jump on an interview. No need to twist your schedule into knots.
All right, how do we leverage industry experience through RPL? The key word is mapping. You've done a ton of tasks, solved problems, led people, hit outcomes. RPL asks, which nationally recognised competencies do those things match? Tools like training.gov.au give you the official wording for each unit, and your assessor at 3CIR helps translate your story into that language.
Think of it like building a case file. Evidence can be employment records, position descriptions, project plans, risk registers, SOPs you wrote, rosters you built, budgets you managed, after-action reviews, even emails showing decisions you made. Add testimonials from supervisors or clients. The broader and more specific your portfolio, the smoother the assessment.
Quick pro tip, people often forget informal learning. That weekend you led community disaster relief, that 6-week stretch where you were basically the acting manager while the boss was out, or the self-paced course you did on your own steam. It all counts if it demonstrates the competency.
Another tip, timeline everything. A simple list of roles, responsibilities, and key achievements by year makes your assessor's life easier. And look, if this sounds overwhelming, that's why 3CIR exists. Our assessors help you sort the gold from the noise so your portfolio sings.
Let's talk pathways. RPL opens doors across a stack of qualifications, from Certificate 3 all the way up to advanced diplomas. Popular areas for our crowd include leadership and management, project management, WHS, human resources, security operations, government administration, and marketing communications. These are not random. They map to Australia's skills, demand.
And the Australian Qualifications Framework gives you a ladder. You might RPL into a certificate IV, then build to a diploma, then articulate to a uni degree with credit. That's a faster runway if higher education is part of your plan.
Slide with me into the how of 3CIR's support, because this is where folks go from thinking about RPL to actually getting it done. We start with a consultation to understand your background and goals, then we identify the right qualification, the evidence you have, and what gaps need filling, if any.
Our assessors then guide your portfolio development. You're not stuck guessing what's relevant. We help you compile, organise, and present it to meet national standards. Most of our delivery is online, so we can support you anywhere in Australia, metro or regional. And if you're in Brisbane and prefer face-to-face, we do that too.
All backed by our partnership with Asset College RTO 317 in White. That means your quals are issued through a registered training organisation with ASQA oversight, which is your quality guarantee. It's not a piece of paper someone typed up in a shed. It's real, nationally recognised, and employer-friendly.
We should zoom right into the assessment process for a minute, because mystery creates hesitation. Step 1. Initial consult. We check eligibility and match the best qualification to your goals. Step 2. Portfolio development. That's your evidence file, employment history, position descriptions, training records, project examples, testimonials.
Step 3. Practical demonstrations if needed. For technical skills, assessors may ask to see you perform tasks, either in your workplace or a simulated environment. Step 4. Interview. This is where you talk through the why and how behind your experience. Decision making, leadership approach, risk management, the nitty-gritty.
Step 5. Holistic assessment. The assessor looks at the entire picture, evidence, demos, interviews, and makes a decision. If you meet all the competency standards, you're done. If there's a small gap, we may recommend a targeted piece of training to bridge that. No hoop jumping, just precision.
People ask, how long does this take? Typical timeline is 4 to 8 weeks. The fastest completions we see happen when people already have documentation handy. If you're listening and thinking, I've got a shoebox of certificates and a drive full of project files, you're actually closer than you think.
Speaking of closer than you think, ADF and emergency services, this part's for you. 3CIR was built by your people for your people. Leadership, planning under pressure, operations, logistics, training and assessment. Your military and emergency services. Experience maps strongly to civilian qualifications.
Fireys, AMBOs, police, SES, your incident command, community safety, training delivery, risk assessments, coordination skills are absolute gold in the civilian world. You've already demonstrated competence at high stakes and high standard. RPL is the bridge that gets that recognised.
And because we walk the talk, 3CIR offers a 25% discount on RPL services for current and former ADF and emergency services personnel. It's our way of backing your service with tangible support.
Let me add the human side of that. Transition can hit the ego. You go from leading a platoon or running a busy station to feeling like you're starting at the bottom again. RPL helps you carry your rank equivalent responsibility into the next arena. You're not starting from zero. You're transferring.
Right, let's tackle some FAQs we get every single week, rapid fire style. First up, can you get RPL for skills learned outside formal employment?
Yes, volunteer work, community leadership, side projects, even self-directed study can count if they demonstrate the competency outcomes. Don't self-censor. If it shows you can do the job standard, include it.
What evidence do you need? Employment records, position descriptions, training certs, project deliverables, SOPs, risk assessments, budgets, KPIs, performance reviews, and testimonials from supervisors or clients. Audio or video can be great too if it shows your role in action.
Is an RPL qualification recognised by employers? Absolutely. It's nationally recognised and equals the status of the same qualification achieved through study. Employers care that the credential is valid, current, and relevant. RPL ticks those boxes.
How much does it cost compared to traditional training? Generally 30 to 50% less, and with the added benefit that you're saving time and lost income opportunities. If you want exact numbers, hit the eligibility check on the 3CIR site and we'll map options to your background.
Will you need additional training after RPL? Only if there's a gap. A good assessor will pinpoint exactly what you need and nothing you don't. Often it's a small module or one assessment task to round out a unit.
Can RPL help you enter university? Yep. Many unis accept diplomas and advanced diplomas earned through RPL for admission and may grant credit for units. Always check with the specific uni, but we've seen plenty of success there.
What qualifications are common for ADF veterans? Leadership and management, project management, logistics, security operations, training and assessment, and government administration. For emergency services, think incident management, WHS, leadership, training delivery, and operations coordination.
How to choose the right qualification. Think about your current role and your next role. What are employers actually asking for? Then talk to us. We'll help you pick the qualification that doesn't just fit your past, but propels your future.
While we're arming you with resources, bookmark these: training.gov.au to look up competency standards and qualification structures, AskAway's site if you want to understand the quality framework, and the AQF website for how levels stack and articulate.
Plus, on 3CIR's site, we've got a What is RPL page, a comprehensive FAQ, and the RPL assessment form that kicks off your free consult. If you're a visual learner, we've also got video explainers across categories: leadership, HR, WHS, security, business, marketing, government, project management. Jump on YouTube and search 3CIR plus the topic or hit the links in our episode notes.
All right, let's pull on a few threads we teased earlier. The 3 big mistakes people make with their RPL portfolio. 1, underselling leadership. Folks list tasks but skip outcomes. Don't just say led a team. Say led a team of 12 to deliver a 2.3 theatre project 3 weeks early with 0 safety incidents and a 5% underrun. Detail matters.
2, forgetting context. A risk assessment isn't just a form, it's why you chose one control over another. Use brief explanations, situation, action, result. If you've ever done an after-action review, you know the drill.
3, not including third-party verification. A short testimonial from a supervisor or client with their contact details can carry massive weight. It validates your evidence and gives assessors a second perspective on your competency.
Let's sprinkle in an example to ground it. Say you're going for a diploma of project management via RPL. Evidence could include a project charter you developed, a stakeholder analysis you ran, a schedule with milestone tracking, budget variance reports you controlled, risk registers showing treatment plans, and a closeout report with lessons learnt. Tie each piece to the corresponding unit's competency requirement, and you're cooking.
Another example, a certificate for in work health and safety. Evidence might be hazard identification activities you facilitated, incident investigations you led, toolbox talks you ran, WHS audits you completed, and consultation records with workers. Plus, photos, sign-in sheets, and corrective action logs. The more triangulation, the better.
Now, not everything can be paper. For technical or practical skills, we may ask for a demonstration. That could be as simple as a recorded walkthrough of a process or an assessor observing you in your workplace. It's not a gotcha. It's a chance to show how you operate in real conditions.
And can we talk mindset for a sec? If you've been out there doing the work for years, you're already operating at the standard. RPL is not an audition, it's translation. The best candidates approach it with calm confidence. I do this, here's how I prove it.
On the flip side, if you find a gap, that's not failure. That's clarity. You'll either complete a short targeted activity or pick up a micro-credential to close it. That way, when your qualification lands, it's rock solid.
I want to circle back to flexibility because adult life is a circus. With 3CIR, your assessment journey is built around your reality. We schedule interviews when you're free, we accept digital evidence, and we nudge you with checklists rather than dumping a textbook on your lap.
Speaking of checklists, here's a quick starter one to shave days off your timeline. A current CV with responsibilities and achievements, copies of certs and licenses, position descriptions for your last 3 roles, 2 or 3 project or initiative summaries with metrics, any SOPs, training plans or risk docs you authored, and at least 2 testimonials. Get those in a folder and name the files clearly. No final try 6, final was please.
That naming thing is not just pedantry. When your evidence is clean, your assessor can map it to competencies faster, which means you get your outcome faster. And if you're racing a promotion window, that can be the difference between catching or missing the wave.
Let's hit employer recognition straight on. Some folks worry employers might side-eye an RPL pathway. In practice, employers care about currency and relevance. If the qualification is nationally recognised through an RTO under ASCA and your experience is substantial, you're on solid ground. Many HR teams actually appreciate RPL because it signals you have both real-world experience and a verified standard.
Not to mention it tells a story about you. You value learning, you value efficiency, and you can evidence your work. That's catnip for a hiring manager.
One more area we don't want to skip, people running businesses. If you've built a company, managed clients, budgets, marketing, compliance, you may be sitting on a business or leadership qualification-sized experience set. RPL can formalize that, which then helps you win contracts that require certain credentials. It's strategic.
I had a tradie call me and say, I've been running 10 blokes for 8 years, but every tender wants a supervisor with a certain qual. We mapped his safety systems, his schedules, his client reports. 6 weeks later, he had the credential and the tender landed. That's the multiplier effect we're talking about.
If you're hearing this and you're half tempted, take the small first step. Grab the free consultation. We'll tell you honestly if RPL's the right fit and which qualification actually matches your background. We'd rather steer you right than sell you something shiny that doesn't serve your goals.
And for our defense and emergency services family, remember the 25% discount. We know the value you bring. We also know the transition feels big. Let's make the paperwork part the easiest win of your week.
A quick nod to the governance side so the auditors out there feel seen. RPL under VET is competency-based. Assessors must confirm that you meet all elements and performance criteria with sufficient, valid, current, and authentic evidence. It's not a vibe check, it's evidence-driven, which is why your portfolio matters.
And that's why partnering with a provider like 3CIR, working with Asset College RTO 31718 makes a difference. You're getting support from people who understand both the standards and the lived realities of the work.
Before we land this, I want to bridge today's chat to what's next. We're going to dedicate a full episode to the practicalities that people keep asking us about: cost, speed, confidence, and recognition. We'll pull in an AI summary of RPL benefits so you can hear a clean, bullet speed snapshot. Then we'll unpack cost-effective learning strategies, accelerated pathways that shave months off your timeline, how formal recognition fuels career confidence, and exactly how employers look at RPL when they're hiring.
That's your next episode sampler: AI summary, cost-effective learning, accelerated pathways, career confidence, employer recognition. Short, sharp, actionable. Bring a notepad or a voice memo app because you'll want to jot this stuff down.
Final thoughts for today. Recognition of prior learning is about respect for your experience, your time, and your goals. It's a proven pathway, not a backdoor. Whether you're chasing promotion, pivoting careers, or just ready for your next challenge, RPL can be the acceleration you've been missing.
Get your free RPL consultation at 3CIR, explore the What is RPL and FAQ pages, and check out the video series on leadership, HR, WHS, security, business, marketing, government, and project management. Drill in where you see your future and let us help you build the bridge from here to there.
Keep bringing courage, commitment, camaraderie, integrity, and respect to your everyday. We'll match that energy with tools and support that work in the real world. If you found this helpful, share it with a mate who's ready to level up.
We'll be back next time with that AI-powered snapshot and the deep dives on cost, speed, confidence, and employer recognition. Same time, same place. In the meantime, keep your portfolio tidy and your ambition loud. You know what I mean?
Too right. Catch you then.